name is Martita, and this is my story. I don't remember how many years I have stopped using. I like this life. I like this life.
She calls this her castle. Hey, hola, buenos dias.
You know how she came here? You know how she got to know us? She heard we serve Folgers coffee here.
Oh, fortune coffee.
Never underestimate the power of a cup of coffee.
That's why I went to the office, because people told me, we're drinking fortune coffee. And I go, what?
And she used to live in Bakersfield. She worked there in the fields and stuff, picking crops, and she loved Folgers coffee. I mean, when you hear her talking about Folgers coffee, you think she's gonna do a commercial for it. I love that smell.
I go, oh, fortune coffee, you know, I like it because I like fortune coffee. I like it because the smell that, you know, I used to drink fortune coffee when I used to live in Bakersfield. So that's why I like it, because it makes you get up, man, you know, wake up, you know, fortune coffee. Oh, I love fortune coffee. I like it. I like drink fortune coffee.
The reason I serve coffee here is so I can watch people. I want to see what they do, and I want to see how they act with each other and stuff. I wanted to create a place where people could just be. And I noticed she never had anything, but when she had a little bit of money, maybe it was just 5 pesos, and she'd go over to the store and she'd buy a little pastry, and she'd cut it up into pieces, and then she would share it with the other people in the office. And I said, that's the kind of people that I want to work with. So one day she asked if she could help, and it was easy to say yes. I used to see her out in the cemetery, and a lot of people that are using drugs, they burn whatever materials that they can find in order to get the material out, like vacuum cleaners or TV sets, and they burn them to get the metal out. It's a very toxic work kind of environment. You can tell somebody who's doing that because their arms are blackened up to here.
I used to pick this.
I remember shaking her hand for the first time, and her hands felt like concrete. They're all just hard and broken and cracked. And, you know, Martita lived kind of a rough life, and she lived off of the money that she could make by sorting through the fire pits. I remember specifically when I first met her, she had a little plastic bucket about that tall. The top was all broken off at the top. She had about that much little bits of metal in this bucket. And it was mostly from Christmas tree lights. And she was burning the lights in order to get the pieces of metal out.
Cobre. How do you say cobre?
Copper.
Copper. Copper. I used to work on all these places to get money, so I buy my product.
Most of the time when I would see her, she would run the other way. She'd duck into somebody's house or go down an alley.
When I see Dave, I go, oh, I get embarrassed, you know, because I'm dirty. And well, right now I'm dirty, but I say I'm too clean.
She didn't let me know that she spoke English for 6 months, so every day I'm trying to talk with her, and I still struggle. I've been here 10 years, I still struggle with Spanish. And she made me speak Spanish for 6 months, and I said, why didn't she tell me? And she just kind of laughed. I first met her at the Breakfast Club, and we try to get the kids in early so that they can eat first and go to school. And we want families to be able to eat together.
I told a lady, I want to work here, you know. And she told me, I'm going to tell Dave, see what's going to happen. And I go, yeah. And she said, come tomorrow. And I went tomorrow, and I stayed that day. And I was so happy because I stayed there. And help, to, I think, especially because I didn't even know God, and I like it. And well, the months and days and months pass, and they tell me when I go home, and when I come, and I tell him, I see you Monday, and he say, no, I see you Sunday in a church. I'm gonna keep a chair so you can see. And I go, yeah. And I went, and I like it. I like it because I don't have nobody here. I'm just me, myself, like that. And I like it because everybody hug you and talk with you like he knows you for a long time, and I like that.
It took me a long time to develop a relationship with her. You can't create motivation. You can't tell somebody you need to make changes in your life. We do it. We expect it. But then look what happens when people don't meet our expectations. Typically we walk away and we say, well, you've had enough time, you should have changed. You had the opportunities, you should have changed. One of the things I learned is about keeping my expectations low, almost to non-existent. My only expectation with her is I just wanted to know who she was. I just wanted to have a relationship with her. Can't do that, if I'm making judgments and saying she needed to change. She's not going to want to talk to me if that's all Dave wants to talk about is making changes. That I just need to wait. And one day, Martita's going to come to me and she's going to say, Dave, I want to make a change. And I just need to be here for that. And I waited a long time. But Martita came to me one day and she says, I want to make a change in my life. I just don't want to do this anymore.
And I stayed there and I received God and I baptized there and all the stuff, And one day they told me a group was going to come build me a house. And I go, sure? And he said, yeah. And when that group came building my house, and I was sitting outside, watch those people working, and I tell myself, you have to stop smoking. You have to stop. You stop because if you don't stop, you're gonna start selling your house, and look, your house is gonna be beautiful.
It was a slow process, and I remember she says, I want to do this. I don't want to do drugs anymore. It was simple things. Gave her a bag of hard candy so that when she woke up in the middle of the night, she was jonesing and she'd ask a little bit of sugar to help her. She would call me, late at night. She says, I want to use, and I said, go talk with Alicia. Go talk with her husband. And so she would go over and visit with them, and they would minister her, and they would help her, get through the night so that she could go back home.
Because I know people sometimes have a nice, beautiful house, and he start selling like door, windows, or something like that. And I don't want that because that's my blessing, That's my blessing,
And she did it on her own. She just stopped using. And her husband was using. And he kept saying, come on, let's go smoke.
And I go, no, not today. Maybe tomorrow because the group is working right here.
And we're talking about meth, not marijuana. And she says, maybe later on. So he'd wait. He says, come on, let's go smoke. And she goes, no, not today. I don't want to. And then finally dawned on me. He says, you don't want to do this anymore, do you? And she says, no.
And the day passed, and I don't smoke for 1 week. And I was laughing because I would stay in the middle of the street all day, because I'm happy. I have 1 week no smoking, and they said, yeah, and I go, yeah.
And it was just about one day at a time. We had a little pizarro, a little whiteboard here in the corner. And in the corner I made a little box. I told her, I said, I'm gonna write a number up in the box. And he says, it's gonna be the number of days that you've been clean and sober.
Every day when I go over there in the morning, I was like this, in the middle of the street.
When I come in, I'm going to ask you a question, and what I'm hoping the answer is one more day. I said, do you have a number for me? And all I want you to say is, yeah, I got one more day.
But one day. And the week passed, and
About a week later, she comes into my office, and she's all excited, and she's antsy, and I go, crap. She started using again, because she's just full of energy. She goes, I need to talk to you, I need to tell you about something, So we went to my office, and I go, what is it? She says, I've gone all week without doing any drugs. And I go, why didn't you tell me? She goes, because I didn't think I could do it, and I wanted to do it first, and I wanted to be able to tell you.
And well, and I'm here. I stopped smoking because I don't want the same life I used to have. I don't want that life because that life is not good. People see you like, oh, and people see it's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah, and I was so happy because God gave me a lot of things, because I used to sleep with a tick and a flea in my bed. My bed ugly, nasty, stinking, my blankets, everything, And now right now I have my blankets dirty, but not like I used to be, But now I have my bed and fixing my bed, everything, cleaning and everything, and I was so happy.
So we celebrated for her, and we kept celebrating because, 7 days turned to 30, turned to 60. And I got some chips from the program and started giving her, her 6-month chip and her year chip and stuff. So I don't know how many years it's been, but I know it's probably around 6 years now that she's been clean.
I don't remember how many years I have. I don't remember how many years I have stopped using. I miss my group. I miss the group, because when a group comes, I go everywhere, And I miss that. And yeah, and I like to do that because it's coming from my heart, not because he blessed me or something. No, I like to do that because it's coming from my heart. I'm happy to do that because that's my, the thing I want to do. Something I like to do. And help over there I like that too. I like it. And I'm sorry, but I don't remember how many years I have.
That's a good problem to have.
And now I was do the same thing. I used to be, a cleaning couple, but because I help a lady over there. I'm working. I help her to clean the cover, so that way I can get a little bit money. I have to do something so I get a little bit money. Not a lot, but at least a little bit, for buy water, for shower, buy water, drinking water, or tortillas or something like that,
And she'll tell you, she says, I didn't do it on my own. She says, I had God in my heart, and He's the one that got me through this. And that's who, she not only wanted to do it for herself, but because of her relationship with God, and He's the one that gave her the ability to do that. So she's got a great testimony.
But I like this life. I like this life.